I was told this was never going to happen. I was told by 40K fans for years that this was never going to happen because Games Workshop likes money, right? Well, you know who has a lot of money? BlackRock, Vanguard, and Main Street. They have a lot of money, and they like to buy controlling interest in corporations that make themselves available for such positions. And guess what? Games Workshop leads back to Vanguard, leads back to BlackRock, leads back to Main Street. Oh yeah. Yep. It's all real. It's all real. See, people don't like to think about this, so that one group of people could be causing all of this, like some Bond-esque clandestine thing. But go ahead, look up BlackRock. Look at what they own controlling interest in. We're not talking 90% control. We're not talking like, 100% control. Their people aren't CEOs of these companies. But if you own 16% of a corporation, right? If you own 16% of their majority stock holdings, right? If you own 16% of that company, you have the majority hold on it. Nobody else has that much incrementally throughout the whole thing. So you now get to tell the people that run the company, the CEOs, what to do. And wouldn't you know, that's the minimum buy-in that BlackRock has admitted to making in all of these corporations across the globe, not just here in the US and the West, The West being, of course, including UK, being the United Kingdom, the home of Games Workshop. Games Workshop makes insulting retcon to Warhammer 40K lore, claims all-male Adeptus Cadre faction has always featured female members. I don't know, guys. I was told this was impossible. Like I said at the top, I was told this wasn't going to happen, that they liked money, they liked their fans, they weren't going to do this, and the craziest they had gotten was in their children's books that they were putting out. There's 40K children's books. Yeah, I just let that sink in for a minute, right? Not only are they like DEI-friendly children's books, but they're 40K children's books. Like, I don't know, did I miss something? Did the warp suddenly fall into approved by Moms of America? Is the Nurgle okay to show up in like trick-or-treating Halloween now? Is Walmart going to start selling Nurgle costumes? Today, we need to talk about a disturbing development within the Warhammer 40K universe that has left many of us scratching our heads in disbelief. Games Workshop, the minds behind this beloved franchise, have decided to retcon one of the most iconic factions of Warhammer 40K, the Adeptus Custodes. For years, the elite force has been depicted as an all-male unit, genetically engineered warriors serving the God Emperor of mankind. But now, out of nowhere, gee, I wonder where this came from, right? Games Workshop claims that female custodians have always been a part of the lore. This blatant disregard for the established canon is insulting to the intelligence of the fan base. Even longtime lore contributors like Aaron Dembski-Bowden have confirmed that there are specific directives from the studio itself, being Games Workshop, against creating female custodians. So what's changed? Let's take a closer look at what happened in the Codex itself. The passage introduces a female custodian named Calades Taurovalia Kesh. Sorry, I'm not too up on my 40K names at the moment. Supposedly standing among her male counterparts on the battlefield. But this sudden addition feels forced and out of place in the grim and unforgiving universe of Warhammer 40K. Now, again, let's make it clear. Women have existed in the 40K lore forever, since the beginning, to my knowledge. The Sisters of Battle have been around forever, and countless other female factions, and countless other co-ed factions, in fact, have been around. These are just not Adeptus Custodes. This was the point of these characters. It's a grim, dark universe, guys. Did we forget that? Did we get so in the sauce here, in the DEI sauce, that we just forgot that Warhammer is grim, dark to the max? You're fighting hell. You're fighting hell. You go through warp portals and like hell ships come out the other side. It's just horrible things happen. That's just one part of 40K, not the other, just, top end, hyper violent stuff. Like, I can understand like diversity, equity, and inclusion being a top priority for My Little Pony, right? I can understand that corporation buckling to this because, like, oh, it's on message for us. You know, I do feel guilty that we're not being like this kind of friendly and helpful to children, telling them that everybody's equal. You know, 40K is not that. 40K is like a 12-foot tall robot slicing an orc in half with a flaming chainsaw for the Emperor. I don't understand where these people come in and like, we need to turn this into a more positive space. Where do you think you are? Do you walk in with rainbows to the Power Man 5000 concert? There's a throwback for you, right? Do you walk in with like your we need more diversity and inclusion into your Evergrande? Excuse me. Who is really pop? Ever. If you remember who the rock band was that did all the really gothic songs that were in the I've forgotten all the names of everything today. Kate Beckinsale was in that movie, The Vampire, where she played Selena. Underworld. Yeah, they played like all the emo music, and it was like the advertising theme songs for the Hot Topic store at the mall. Evanescence. That's right, Evanescence. You can still tell me down in the comments though, because I probably still got it wrong. But yeah, it's like walking into an Evanescence concert dressed up like Barbie. This is not the place. You're gonna get a lot of you're out. You don't belong here. Go somewhere else. This is not a place where we need to have like the space Marines sitting around and discussing like, oh man, you know, we got to get those female quotas up. Has anybody ever seen a black space Marine around here? We better make sure we start getting black space Marines going. We better make sure that we get Asian space Marines going. Do we have intersex? Do we have trans space Marines? Is the Emperor even a man? Have we confirmed that the Emperor has a penis? You know, this is where we're at now. This is questions you have to ask now that they've entered this dumb shit into this franchise. There's no reason for this. Everything had its place. The Sisters of Battle and the other factions that involve women that I can't think of right now because my brain's gone fuzzy. But again, with rage, fuzzy with rage. This is so over the top dumb. Do you want to tell stories about women in the 40K universe? There's the Sisters of Battle. There you go, have fun. They're celebrated even. They're a celebrated faction in here. They don't throw parades. They don't wander around in like rainbow thongs, but I'm pretty sure that's coming. You can expect that to be coming soon. This is a universe where humanity fights against unimaginable horrors from the warp, where every battle could be the last stand against annihilation. It's not a place for pandering and virtue signaling. Games Workshop, people love your games, but they're not buying this retcon. Warhammer 40K thrives on its rich lore and gritty atmosphere, and tampering with that for the sake of appeasing a vocal minority is a disservice to the loyal fans who have supported this franchise for decades. Let's keep Warhammer 40K true to its roots, where the darkness reigns supreme and the battles are fought with grim determination. Anything else would be heresy. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, good luck out there.